People always ask how I balance my family life with 400 shows a year. I'm just doing what I love with the people I love. It's my magic life.
I like Wes Iseli. I like everything about him.
All right. Today is Natalie and me. Natalie and I. It's us. We I don't know, we scheduled this to be just Natalie and I this week.
Yeah.
And this is a special week. This is the 1-year anniversary of you going into the hospital for over a month.
Yeah. Let's not have a repeat, hey?
It's nice going to shows with you.
I know, right?
We are definitely in the
busy season. Crazy busy season.
Early mornings, late nights, and just going.
Yep. Shows just about every single day.
But
multiple day. Ow.
But how is it having that all behind you now that you have no more pain and everything's good? And
yeah, 0 pain. I'm never in pain. Wouldn't that be nice?
I told her she had her health coaching work she was doing on the way to the show. On the way home, I said, well, I want to do some social media stuff. I want to do some office work. I'll have you drive home.
That's fine with it.
Well, this place we did today was a summer camp for kids, a tennis camp for kids in Northern Virginia.
Yeah.
And we get to this parking lot in the RV, pulling the trailer. And I remember in my mind, we haven't been there since 2019, but I remember them having a big parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was packed. And there was nowhere for us to park. So we pulled up and there's like a little, I don't know, when you turn in, there's like a big opening in the road. Like
there's an entrance that curves and then there's like an extra little
shoulder
on the curve.
There's like a shoulder.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So I parked over there and called the teenage boss, the girl running the summer camp.
Yeah.
And she said, oh yeah, come on up here, which meant I had to go through the parking lot, pulling the RV and the trailer. And she said, oh, this guy parked crooked. He's blocking your path. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, cars are backing up behind me. Other people are coming in and going out. I'm just blocking traffic. How about I just park where I was? You think you can do that? Honey, I was already parked there. Yes, I could do that. And then Natalie says I'm pre-show pissy because now I'm trying to rush the kids out and Willow out and Lana out and trying to load the show because now we have to carry it further and it was crazy.
But it worked out well.
It worked out fine. The show was fine. Everything was great.
Started on time. Everything, yeah, pretty good.
But get back in the car and Natalie's got this look on her face, and I'm like, "What the heck look is that?" I'm not doing good. Oh no! I guess I'm driving home. She just had this frown face, like she had just had like the grossest bite of something she'd ever eaten in her life, and. This is your face. It was like this.
I was grimacing against the pain, and I was not saying anything because I'm sick of saying something. And it hit me fast and it hit me hard, and I didn't know what to do with myself. So I guess I made a face.
It was just a constant face.
It was hurting for a good 10, 15 minutes before you noticed. So.
Well, she's people ask me all the time, "How's Natalie doing? She back to normal?" No, she still has another appointment.
Back to normal. Hits me every once in a while.
She has another appointment at the end of the month of July. We're at the end of June now.
A month away, yeah.
And she's got oxycodone, Tylenol in her bag that she can take. But even with the pain she was in the day, she didn't take it. Anyway,
I have to ask for a refill. So.
I drove home and put the babies away. She put the babies away. I put the animals away.
Put the kids down for a nap. I didn't put them away.
You put them away. Put them in their cage. I put the animals in the cage. You put the kids in the cage.
Yeah.
Willow took a nap. Lana had to do homeschool. I had a million things to do. And then you went out to the RV. I plugged it in, turned the air conditioner on high. I tucked you in. You took a 3-hour nap. How was it?
It was an hour and a half.
Seemed like you were gone forever.
But I set my alarms. I had clients I had to check in with. So I just stayed out there and checked in with clients before I came in. That's why I seemed a little longer. It was a nap. I slept hard.
Did it help at all, your pain?
No, I still don't feel like great.
What number do you think you're at right now?
Right this second?
Yeah.
Right this second sounds so bad. Today's one of those days where it just goes boom and it hits hard and it really sucks. And then it'll ease off for a little bit and then it'll boom hit me hard again.
So right now
Right
you're
now
in
I'm
like a 2 or
eased
3.
off. Yeah, 3 or 4 maybe, but yeah.
And I cracked the whip. I told her to get in here. We have a podcast to do. So everybody, it's Natalie. We got her here.
Yay.
Talking about our podcast, we had a 3-hour meeting with Red Coral. Was it about 3 hours?
No, it was about an hour, honey.
Golly, it seemed forever. It seemed like a long meeting. How did I get it off that bad?
I don't know, but they had pushed it back and it was the time of day where I need to cook dinner.
Maybe that's what
So
it
I
was.
know I was in and out. Like I had something in the oven and then when that part was ready, I had to go get that out and put something else in and do this, that, the other thing. Then I come back here and yeah, I
So,
was in and out a few times.
Red Coral is one of the stations, television stations, streaming companies that we work with, that we have our television show, Wes Iseli Magiclife, on. And Red Coral is an up and coming big streaming service, or they say they are a big streaming service. I see no doubt that they couldn't be. And they had meetings with all of their clients that day, and they pushed us back a couple hours, but immediately like rescheduled. Oh, we don't want you, but we got this. We want you, but we got this. I was like, all right. So that's why I guess it seemed like a 3-hour meeting.
Yeah, because it's supposed to start earlier and then it got pushed back. And then
But we pushed them. We pitched them our podcast as a television show, because we do the video cast now. We're filming it over Zoom, and we get all these people from all over, and they said yeah, and they're going to make us a segment on the streaming service. So you get the television show, you get the podcast. They're going to have merch on the website. They're even talking about doing other like collaborations with other people on the channel, with Magic and me and things. And also, when we have our show in Jersey, maybe sending out a film crew and filming a live show, like not a pay-per-view, but almost like a pay-per-view type thing, where they'll film it, they'll edit it, they'll put it up on the website and everything. So, and they said there's possibilities for that in the future, to do it again and again. So
cool.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You're off. You're not. You're off right now. I know.
In that part of the conversation. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you were just like going to the pain.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about that. You know, we started doing the podcast. We're now 154 episodes in today. Today is 154th episode.
Wow.
And I didn't want to do the video cast. I didn't want to do a video portion of it, because we had an actress that was her stipulation. She doesn't want to do hair and makeup as a favor for us, you know, when we were starting out. We've had other people say, you know, is it on video? No, it's not. No, come on. But then we added video and no one's complained.
Yeah.
No one said anything about it. And it's like, I think because they see it on video, they know what to expect, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't either.
But we're doing great. We love it. We love the video aspect of it. On my Facebook group for the podcast, I'm able to put more videos in the comment section of this. And we'll see where Red Coral takes it.
Yeah.
I hope it'll be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But if you're not signed up for Red Coral, they have movies, they have television shows, they have family TV, they have kids TV, they have documentaries, they have like police dramas, they have like murder mysteries, like CSI and SC or whatever it is, all those different initials.
Yeah.
They have movies, and they have their
But
own.
you can get an app on your phone, Apple or Android, if you have one of those, and then you can also get it on your television too.
And it's free. They do need your email address, but that's not to sell and everything. That's to they're able to find out where you are somehow, some way that helps them know what demographics you're in, as far as, are you watching in Virginia? Are you watching in Maryland? Are you watching in California? Does the email address have something to do with that?
I have no idea.
I thought it did. Somehow, some way, they're able to know like what demographic you're watching in, where you are in the country watching.
Huh.
And I don't understand that, but that's in the back of the maybe the streaming service, because it downloads to you. They know where it goes to.
Yeah.
I don't know. But boy, I mean, this
head.
meeting, there was a lot of stuff over my head in this meeting, because we talk to a marketing guy, we talk to the syndication people, we talk to the merchandise people, we talk to the people that do the collaborations. So that on our podcast, we might have other people on our podcast that have other television shows on Red Coral, and they're like, anybody on there that you like and you want to have on your podcast, just make a phone call. We'll get them on. It's all about collaboration here. So we'll see how that goes. But our shows in syndication across the country. You have cable or satellite. It's Hub TV. It's Nudu Television. Streaming services is Tribe, Stripes, and Red Coral Universe. And if you're not signed up for Red Coral Universe, I don't know what's stopping you. At least sign up and check it out. I think you guys will like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's free. It's not like you're investing anything into it.
If you don't like it, delete the app. Yeah, you can just delete it.
Don't waste any money.
Our recent podcast guests, we have had Scott Valentine recently, right?
Okay.
We kind of mentioned to him prior to the podcast and during the podcast. Then after the podcast, he's like, no, send me information. We might be going on vacation with the dude. What's the chances? 20%? 25%?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Is he blowing smoke or is he really going to
No, because he asked you for information. He said, really, send me all the information of my wife so that we can look it up.
I told him where we were staying. I told him what dates we were going. So we'll see.
I think that'd be cool, man.
Yeah.
It's a weird.
Fun. He's fun to talk to.
He's laid back.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
He says he likes kids, so that's always a plus.
Right, especially nap time. You gotta like them around nap time. But dude, that would be so amazing. And plus, he's one of my bosses at Red Coral, which would be even cooler.
He says he's not a boss; he's a teammate.
Well, there's something about him that I'm really drawn to. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I've known him for a long time, and we just talk, and it's easy. It's not forced at all. It's one of those things, you know. He couldn't do our Patreon extra with us. We got on the podcast with him, and before we pushed film, I think before we pushed record, we talked to him like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And I said, all right. He said, well, how long does this thing go? Because I have a meeting. We haven't started recording yet. He said, oh no. Well, how long? And then he had to pick up a friend and call him and say, hey, look, we have to postpone that meeting for an hour because this is taking longer than I thought.
Yeah, no, it's just 15 minutes time. But, yeah.
So by the time we got done, he was like, all right, gotta go. But seriously, send me the information on vacation.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to do a podcast extra with him. So we'll definitely get that for you Patreon guys. We'll definitely get that with Scott next time because I'm sure he has some stories about show business and just in general. He had some crazy ones anyway on the podcast. So J. Scott Berry, we're just doing some recent episodes. I'm just doing 3 recent episodes, okay? The day after we talked to J. Scott Berry, a friend of mine called and said, did you hear what happened to Jay?
Oh.
No, what happened? Well, he was chasing some kids and fell off a 2-story building and landed in a hole and broke both his ankles. Now, guys, that's just as confusing to you as me. He fell off 2 stories.
We had the story secondhand. Like, we didn't hear it from him.
I got it over a text message.
Right. So, I mean, text message. Were they talking into their phone and it didn't translate it right? You know what I mean? You know, he broke both ankles. That's all we know for like 100%. I don't know what the whole.
He chasing kids? All right. Was he playing with his kids? Was he playing with his grandkids? Was he, hey guys? Or was he kicking kids off his property? Now in Australia, I don't know. Are there mountains? Does he live on a cliff? Did he chase the kids and then fall off the cliff in his backyard 2 stories?
Is there construction going on or something?
When you say you fall off 2-story building or 2 stories.
To a 2-story deep hole, or it's equivalent to 2 stories, or And
I don't know. Me being a friend of Jay and interviewing him on the podcast, I wanted to reach out, but it's like he's in the hospital. I want to leave the guy alone, let him heal. I don't know, but Jay, if you're seeing this, we love you, buddy. Speedy recovery.
Yeah.
I hurt 1 foot. I can't imagine both of them.
Oh my goodness.
Golly. Also, Dan Harlan, he was on the podcast talking about, and the podcast extra for Patreon, he did a magic trick. And he said, I'm working on this for our lecture series. We're going to tour around with it. And tomorrow I have a lecture. So this will be great. I'll show it to you guys. We'll do it for the Patreon people. It was a great trick.
Yeah.
I had shows the next day.
Couldn't go.
Couldn't go to his lecture, but I didn't know where his lecture was. It's my club, one of the clubs that I belong to in Northern Virginia. He was at my club, and I was going to Richmond to do a show.
You could have gone, but you couldn't go because you had a show.
I would have gone, but I couldn't go because I was at a show.
Yeah.
So I was like, daggone it. Yeah. Anyway, I have a whole page of notes here. And because Natalie kind of being out of it just in pain, I was like, I don't know how good she'll be here. If she leaves me in pain, I have to be on my own. So I got a page of notes here. But our magicians, magicshop.com, Magic Shop is doing awesome. If you haven't checked it out, it's magiciansmagicshop.com. Check on it daily. I'm adding new tricks, probably at least 5 times a week to the website. And some of them are just one-offs. I like to buy magic collections. And if I have a duplicate of the trick and it's brand new or looks brand new, or I'll put on there used and what is not mint condition about it. I don't sell broken parts or props or anything, but if there's something that's missing or something that's, I wouldn't sell a trick that's missing parts, but if it was like open and well, anyway, check it out. I'll put all the descriptions there. And some of those things go just as quick as I put them up. So check back with that daily. Also, sign up for the newsletter that's on there. And if you sign up for the newsletter, you get a free magic book emailed to you right away on a PDF. And magiciansmagicshop.com. If you are a patron of Wes Iseli on Patreon, you automatically get 10% off everything. So check that out. And if you haven't checked out the Magicians Facebook group, it's just a bookshelf on Facebook. Why are you laughing?
I'm waiting for the commercial to be done and the podcast to start.
Well, because this is commercial
like
part.
Complete commercial of Red Coral and her podcast and your magician shop and your magician Facebook group. Can we start the podcast now?
The Magician Facebook group has 21,000 members.
No,
if you're not a member, what are you missing out on? And look for the bookshelf for Magicians on Facebook. I'm not trying to do a commercial.
I'm just laughing at you because I feel like the first 15 minutes here has been a whole commercial for different things.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
I will.
All right. So my next note is Arlington Draft House. You didn't help with this. You did not help with this.
Well, I would have told you, hey, let's not do the commercial at the beginning of the podcast.
All right. Arlington Draft House. How was it this time?
It was fun as usual. It was good.
Magiciansmagicshop.com has
Oh
amazing
my
magic.
gosh.
Well, you just got out of that one real quick. What?
I said it was fun as usual. How about for you? Golly.
How nice is it? All right. So
The
some
boys had fun. The boys had fun.
Some of the theaters we work, parking isn't great for an RV and a trailer.
No.
But I think they like us because they get there super early to put cones out for us.
Thank God.
They do that. Maybe they're doing that like at 8 a.m.
That's amazing. Thank you. It makes
I
life
could
so
hug them
much
for
easier.
it.
There is down the block and across the street, there's a parking lot. And the first couple times we went there.
Which ends up being like a 4-block walk. Right.
Right. So the first 2 times we did the show there, trip by trip, you're walking back and forth. And it was wintertime. It was cold. It sucked. And it's downtown. The sidewalks are bumpy. You're crossing a road, trying to get through traffic. It wasn't easy. So the past couple times we've asked if, can you save us that spot? If you want us to move afterwards, we don't have to move because people park there all the time. It's just,
they have to get there early to put cones out to save it for them.
So they've done that the past couple times, and that makes life so much easier. All we have to do is lift it up a step into the theater and put it on the stage. So much nicer.
It is
100 times
nicer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at one point, like the show is set and we have like 30 minutes just to play around. We taught magic lessons and we did a magic show. And in between the lessons. Go ahead.
And we did VIP meet and greet. I think that's what you're talking about.
No, I wasn't going to say that. Go ahead.
We did VIP. You could get VIP tickets where you got to have front row seats or front couple row seats. And then you came up before the show. You got to meet us. Me, Wes, and Lana, not the boys, because that would just be hectic. You get couple souvenirs and different things as well. So that was fun.
And a poster, maybe?
Yeah, I said souvenirs.
A poster, yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway, so after the magic class, but before the show, we had some time. And Natalie just went back there to play with the boys.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked up the video camera for some footage for the Magiclife television show. And I go back there and just open the door, and Julian just slams it right in my face.
Yeah.
Because they are right there. There's a
a
seat right beside the
next to
door.
it. And they're both climbed on top of me in the seat.
And-
Julian could reach the door.
And I grabbed the camera and turned it on. And I said, "Hey guys," and kaboom, slammed right in my face.
Mm-hmm.
So the second time I opened the door, I put my foot in it, and I'm trying to talk to him, and it slams into my foot. Didn't hurt, but
Pushing and pushing and pushing.
and they were just
Door's
giggling.
supposed to be closed, Dad.
They were giggling. They loved it. They had a great time.
Yeah.
I put on Facebook that it was my security was strong, tight security at this place.
Yeah.
People really liked that. That was cute. Before people got there, before magic classes, we were all set up, and they were just playing 80s music, just ambiance in the place while people set up the tables.
Mm-hmm.
And Willow went to go to the bathroom, our babysitter, Willow, and the boys just came out with us, and they started dancing on the stage.
So cute. Just going around in circles and dancing and stomping and having a good time. It was sweet.
And the manager came out there and went, with the house manager came out there and went, whose kids are they? There are kids. Oh, okay. 'Cause they weren't doing anything wrong, but it's
Yeah.
like somebody's children are on the stage. Apparently, he's never seen our final bow because that's really the only time,
Yeah.
which is also awesome to me. That
He
it
didn't
sucks
re-
that he hasn't seen the final bow,
But he didn't
but we've been there
realize.
5 times now, and he didn't know that we had kids backstage, which tells us that we're hiding them good.
Yeah. They're not causing a ruckus. They're not causing a distraction. Yeah. It's good. It's very good. Good job, boys. Good job, Willow.
But why isn't he seeing the final bow? Why isn't he seeing our show?
Maybe at the
He
end
might
of
be
the
doing-
show, he's getting things
He might be
together
doing
for people
tickets and
like
stuff, yeah.
leaving or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah,
But I love that place. That dude's nice.
yeah, it's good ambiance. It's always a good audience. I think we say that every time we go there, but it's true.
And the staff,
The staff is awesome.
they come up and ask
They're
us
so
questions. Can I pet the animals?
Yeah,
Dude, you know Penn and Teller? Wow. And da 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 da. It's just,
and they're always willing to help. Like,
yeah.
do you need something? What can we do for you? Do
We
you
have-
want something to drink? Do you want something to eat?
We have flyers for our television show and podcast. And there, one lady grabbed them out of my hand. I'll just put this at every table for you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I was just going to have people grab them, but they would get them easier if you put them at each table. That's great. Thank you, sweetie.
And then the people that didn't pick them up, she collected them and gave them back to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Boys danced on stage, house manager. Yeah, that's it. Got all that. WesIsley.com for upcoming public show dates. I'm not trying to do a
Yes.
commercial,
Nope.
but I mean, that's
That's fine.
if you want to see us at
We'll be back at the draft house
December.
either November or December. I can't remember. I think
It's not on
December.
our schedule yet.
Yes, it is. Oh, it's
Not
not,
on my
on the
calendar.
website yet.
Not on my
That's too
website.
far out, but we will be back. I think it's December.
Also, what we need to do, and I'm telling you here live in front of everybody, all those theater shows we have coming up, I just need to, I don't care if it's August, September, November, January, just put them at the bottom.
Okay.
So let me know which ones, because I know we have one in Luray coming up,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Did that one in Fredericksburg book?
Not
That
that yet.
dinner theater
We're
thing?
still figuring out dates and things.
There's a dinner theater we went to with Lana's homeschool group. At her
years ago.
old homeschool, probably when she was 4 or 5 years old. Now
Yeah.
she's 11. And I was like, man, this is a nice theater. But I thought they only did plays there. And we have a booker that's helping us book shows. And he reached out to him and they're like, wow, that was a great promo video. We have a show in there that month that's doing a gig, but we're dark on Mondays. Can you do a Monday or a Wednesday or something? We're like, yeah, we can make that work.
Yeah.
So they want to do it during the summer though, right?
No. October is what they were looking at.
I thought they were trying to get something.
No, they don't want to do that soon. Because they want to be able to promote it.
Natalie does all the office stuff. I don't know. It's hearsay with
And
me.
it would be, yeah. So in the fall sometime. I think they're looking for October, maybe September, but yeah, somewhere around there. But it was neat because we took Lana there and they have it set up like dinner theater style. So they had tables. They wouldn't have dinner at ours, but they would have drinks. But we went, it was like an afternoon. So they served lunch. It was really cute. And then it was Narnia. We watched Narnia with Lana, and Lana loved it. And it was funny because afterwards, the actors and actresses came out, and Lana really wanted to meet the Ice Queen, but at the same time, she was afraid to meet the Ice Queen. So we have a picture where I'm holding her, and she's kind of looking, but she's leaning away from the Ice Queen. It was cute.
The way she was dressed was almost like the character from Frozen. I don't know which one, Elsa, but it was
She had
glittery
white,
and fluid.
glittery
Yeah.
though, yeah.
So
But
I see what Lana was attracted to about it. Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But she wasn't nice. The Ice Queen isn't nice in Narnia.
I know.
So she was kind of
Right,
backing
right.
away.
That chick might be bipolar. I'm not sure. She looks nice now. Sunday this week, was it Sunday we went or Saturday? Saturday we went to Fredericksburg.
Yes.
We had a show in Wilderness that night, Wilderness Resort, and we've been going all week long, shows, getting up at 7 a.m, getting home at midnight, just going. And Saturday, it's like, why not just go again? You're gonna sit around the house all day long and then leave at 5 o'clock?
We didn't get up at the butt crack of dawn like we had been. We waited and got up at our regular time.
But the kids needed clothes. We were getting, the boys' shoes weren't fitting correctly.
Well, we had already done that. I had gotten a few summer clothes for the boys, but I did not have enough to last me a week. So like this week, we have a show every single day. I do not have a shirt, nor did I have enough shorts if they had accidents to last me a week when I don't have time to do laundry between shows. So they needed extra clothes. They also needed PJs because they were wearing old sweatpants and shirts that were too small for them to bed. So I just wanted to give them some PJs. Lana needed some dresses for shows and a few pairs of shorts. She didn't have very many shorts. Some were getting a little bit too short, so we needed new shorts.
What about the boys' sweatpants
and a bathing suit? Lana got the cutest bathing suit. She looks so adorable in it. I love it. I love her new bathing suit.
Did you throw those sweatpants away where the boys have holes in both knees?
No, I still have them.
They're house pants. Oh boy, they are worn holes in both knees. What is that from?
I
Trampoline?
bought them brand new. Those weren't like hand-me-downs.
Is that Trampoline that's wearing the holes in them, or they're just crawling around the floor?
It's just them being boys. There are 2 pairs of sweats that have holes in them.
They're rough on clothes, man.
Yeah, like Lana, I could keep her clothes, and I kept them in case we had another girl later. But the boys you can't do that with. They just go through clothes. It's crazy.
Boys.
They're rough on it. Rough on all the clothes.
But we had fun.
Everything.
We had fun. We spent the day shopping. The boys had a nap time. They break down at nap time so bad. I mean, they're just miserable. Little boy tired. I get that way. I get it. Mine's not at 3 p.m. Mine's at 11 p.m. But that's a whole different story. So I sat in the car.
A pair of tennis shoes.
But I sat in the car.
Yeah.
And hung out with them.
Yeah.
While they slept and watched television. They had television on.
And I took Lana into a clothing store to get her stuff, and Willow came with us. And then we did that again at Walmart. We went to Walmart, got a few things. But then by the time we were done with that, and then me and you walked and left the girls with the boys, walked down to the shoe store and got shoes. But then by the time all that was done, they were both awake and fine. And so we all went into Target together. Oh, and found the cutest PJs for them in Target.
Oh, man. Yes.
Adorable. They love Toy Story. They watch it multiple times a week.
1, 2, 3, 4 bonus features. Disney Plus. We got it.
If it has Woody and Buzz in it, they are all about it. So it was a pair of PJs, which was nice because there's two of them. One set of PJs was Woody's outfit. The other set of PJs was Buzz.
Almost like a Halloween costume. I mean, you're look like the person.
Yeah, just printed on there, PJ material. It was adorable. I showed them their little PJs before they put it on. They got so excited. And then they looked at each other and thought it was so awesome. And then the next night I switched them. And they just thought that was the best that they got to be the other one the next night. It was so cute.
So it's one rack with two PJs, two full outfits.
Yeah, it was a
I told her, go back and get another one. That way they both can be Buzz one night. They both can be Woody one night. I think it's adorable.
I offered that. I said, so do you want two sets? He said, no, there was two PJs in it. They can each be one. So okay.
I don't remember saying
and
that.
now he says he wants to go back and get another set.
They love them so much. Dude, they look in the mirror and they go,
yeah. And Julian, when Julian was Buzz, he was hitting buttons, the buttons that were on there. And one night
he held up his elbow.
Yeah, like that.
Lasers at me.
Yeah. That was adorable. They loved it. They loved it.
They're not talking, but they're expressive. They definitely play around.
Yes. And so of course we got them a couple Toy Story shirts as well that they like. They love those things. So it's adorable.
It has all the characters on it.
We might have to do Toy Story birthday this year, huh?
Possibly.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do a cake like that. Figure it out.
Anyway, so we go to Wilderness. We got to do the show at Wilderness, and I don't know what do you want to say about Wilderness
Well,
show?
when we got there, it was black clouds. So we were a little early because we had gotten everything done that we needed to get done. So we were like, well, there was no thunder or lightning happening, but there's just black clouds. So we figured maybe it was going to rain. So we started unloading the show early to get in early, but there was a playground right there next to the building that we were in. So the boys
And Willow
everybody,
and Lana.
yeah, girls and boys, they all went to the playground while we loaded in the show and set up. And then it never did storm. It just like it sat there and then went away. But yeah.
Turnout wasn't huge this time. I don't know. Something's going on. I think it's new management or something promoting the show. I don't know. But they also said it wasn't packed at the resort.
And then also they have the sign up top, and we're downstairs. This thing says Magic Show here. So if people try and get in and they can't get in, they're like, yeah.
And during the show, people are rattling the door upstairs. And I had to keep telling the lady, somebody's upstairs.
So I'm wondering if they need to like write Magic Show downstairs.
Or I don't know.
Something.
Yeah, it's something. It's just they moved our location post-COVID. We used to be in the gym. I've been working there for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And it used to be
In the gym.
100 or so people at least at every single show. Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually packed, but this time it was a nice, intimate show. The people were great though, even though there weren't very many. It's not like they just sat there and like.
Oh, they played along. They had fun.
Good.
But after the show, we're all packing up, and there's a back room, like I don't know, like a kitchen, like an employee kitchen or something that we put the kids in. And they had their toys, they had their iPad.
Yeah.
It's got a refrigerator. It's got a microwave. I don't know what it is.
It's not really a kitchen, but it's like a setup room. Like you can take all your groceries and things if you're having a party. That's where you put all your food and then bring it out after you prepare it.
I thought it was like an employee lounge.
Yeah.
But the boys sitting there, and they know how to work the latch on the door to pull the door down.
It's just a pull down doorknob.
So we put a table in front of it and completely barricaded them in. And at the end of the show, we opened the door and they came running out. Both kids got on the stage. They were dancing as we packed up the show.
Oh yeah.
And then Lex, he was copying something on the Bad Guys movie.
Yeah. He was just using a base, like a stand. So it was just a pole that we put a tabletop on, but the tabletop we had already taken off, so it was just a pole sticking up. And he went up to it, used it like a microphone, and then walked away and put his arm out like that, like he's introducing somebody, like an MC. Very, very cute.
I think it's on the Bad Guys because they're at the thing, and he's like, "And ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, the Bad Guys."
Yeah.
But Lex kept doing this. And we got it on vacation. Got it on video.
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
It's very adorable. It's very cute. And Julian's doing a new thing at shows. When he's doing
I didn't like it at first, but now I'm into it.
So it used to be Julian would run up to Wes. So I would hold his hand. I have Lex in my arms and hold Julian's hand. And Julian is just pulling at my hand, just trying to get to Wes. And then when it was time, he would just run to Wes.
And I loved it. I felt loved. I felt loved.
Yes. But now he's milking it. He wants more time, I think. I don't know. I think he likes the attention. But he comes up and he does the big stomps, like sumo wrestle stomps. Boom, boom, boom. And then he goes, "Wah!" Like he's scaring Wes. And like it's really funny. It's really cute. And he has so much fun. He just starts giggling. I mean, it gives him the giggles. Gives him the giggles that he does.
And after doing it a couple of times, I think it's also Toy Story. Rex the dinosaur. Rawr! Did I scare you? I really tried to scare you that time.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's what it's from.
Yeah.
And at first, I'm, what are you doing? You're acting silly. Get over here. And I kind of picked him up and played it off. And then I realized that it's the Rex thing. And now he goes, "Rawr!" And I go, "Oh," like he scared me.
And he thinks that is hilarious.
And now I want to pick you up. No. He did it again. It's like, all right, come on. All right, now, come on. This is ridiculous. And then I said, all right, take a bow. And he goes, "Rawr!" to the audience. And you can't scare them. Stop it. And I'm narrating it for the audience so they understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And he just thinks it's great.
Oh,
he just loves it.
Yes.
But now I'm going with it because he's done it like 10 shows in a row now.
Yeah.
So I think it's the new thing.
Yeah. It may change again. Who knows? But for now, that's what it is. It's pretty funny.
Rawr!
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, Natalie's the health coach. And I told her
Okay.
I'm frustrated because I've gained like 10 pounds in the past month. I've gained 10 pounds living with a health coach.
That's not my fault. I'd say, hey, that's not our plan, and you do it anyway.
Well,
I'm not gonna nag you.
I was eating junk because
Your
I didn't
decision.
feel good. I cut the grass, I cut the trails, and I ended up with really bad allergies. And I was like, oh, allergies, this is bad. My eyes were like swollen shut the next day. And then I ended up with like a cold right after. And I'm like, is this allergies or is it cold? I don't know. And the cold wouldn't go away.
And then I was thinking, man, your allergies just like been exasperated. Maybe you need a stronger allergy medication or something. That's what I was wondering because it was,
It was bad.
Yeah, you were stocked up and everything else.
And then I ended up with bronchial pneumonia. And the doctor gives me
An antibiotic,
which killed me. And the steroids, which made me gain weight, I think. And it's possible side effects, of course.
It's a possible side effect because it makes you feel hungry and so you eat more.
And I was eating junk.
Yeah.
But the antibiotics hurt my stomach so much. And I told the doctor when I went back a second time, because I couldn't breathe. After I got off the medication, I felt fine. And then like slowly within a week, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't get a deep breath. I was just... I was having like panic attacks. I was having like
just
panic
go ahead
attacks.
and call the doctor. He's got to wait a week before he goes to the doctor. It's so annoying. Just go to the doctor.
Well, it might be better tomorrow. But I couldn't breathe. I was having like panic attacks driving down the road, trying to yawn, I was walking my trails and I was working out. I was feeling good. And I kept yawning that day. And I was like, man, what's going on? And the next day it just hit me. I couldn't catch my breath. Well, they give me an inhalable steroid.
Like something to do with the pneumonia, like a after effect or something. It was just you still had something going on. But yeah, go ahead.
An inhalable steroid. So it's like, but I get off that tomorrow. I had to take it twice a day.
You have a dose tonight, a dose tomorrow morning, and you're done.
Can I throw that package away of that stuff? Do I have to keep it? Because I got like 30 more inhales in that thing.
You can just throw it away.
It counts the inhales. I have like 30 more left. I don't know. I'm asking you. I'm
not a doctor.
But tomorrow, I'm done. No more inhaling steroids. So that'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be good. And then the weight's just going to magically melt away again.
There you go.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
For you, it probably will magically melt away. It's never been fair.
Now, on my notes, it says early morning, late nights. Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit? I mean, we kind of already said it, but do you want to elaborate a little bit more? People have no idea what it's like in show business. That's what the television show's about. That's what the podcast is about.
So
When we say early morning, late nights,
we mean early morning, late nights. So like last Thursday is a prime example. We had a summer camp show in the morning, which for them in the morning means start at 10 o'clock. Oh, that's not that early. But it's 2 hours away and we have to get there at 9:30, allow for extra traffic. So we leave about 7 o'clock, which means for us, we have to get up at about 5:45 in order to get out of the house by 7 o'clock with getting everybody ready. So 5:45 wake up call, do our first show. Then we had Massanutten later in the evening. Drive to Massanutten, get there. It's a little early, but not too early. We start unloading, do the show. Show starts at 6 in the evening. Done at 6, done by 7, out by I think around 8:30. We've packed lunches, we've packed breakfast. We went to dinner. Once you have dinner and you get home.
wait, it's an hour and a half drive from dinner from Massanutten home.
Yeah, hour and a half drive. Yeah. So then once by the time we got home, it's 11:30. We still got to get kids changed and teeth brushed and put to bed. And so by the time they've calmed down and gone to sleep and we've gotten ready for bed and gone to sleep, it's about 1 in the morning.
So
Have a show the next day that we have to get up for about 6. So it's just,
early mornings, late nights.
very,
She takes naps while I drive. I take naps while she drives.
try to, but yeah.
Yeah, I try to. She drove the other day and it was not good.
Oh, he complains about the actual bumps in the road.
It was
I
not
can't
good.
do anything about the bumps in the road.
So we have
How
this
the
big bed in
road
the back.
is.
We have this big bed.
It's not like I'm going all over the place. I'm a better driver than he is, and he complains about how I drive.
We have this big bed in the back, and I'm like, I'm gonna go back there and lay down in a queen size bed. It's great.
And he left me torrential downpouring rain. I couldn't see but 10 feet in front of me. I'm going,
I was tired.
try to
I was
try to
tired.
see.
And then
That's
somebody cut her off
scary.
and she slammed the brakes
Oh,
and I
yeah.
rolled forward and I'm like, I'm gonna fall out the bed.
mean-
I can't sleep.
With the RV, I had 4 car lengths between us when I could see 4 car lengths. I knew I had 4 car lengths. But this guy just came in front of me and it was still raining really heavy. So I had to put a bit of pressure on my brakes.
And
Because
people like dart in front of us. Like we can
it's
stop on a
stupid.
dime.
Yeah, because they're trying to get around you. Oh, they're not going fast enough. They're a big vehicle. Here, let me cut them off because we can stop. We're a big vehicle. You can't stop.
No.
Plus, you're towing a trailer. You really can't stop. It's crazy. That was a little scary. But anyway, he complains, and then he's like, "It was so you went over every bump in the road." Yeah, that's how the road was. I can't. It's not like I saw potholes and just intentionally swerved to hit the
In
pothole.
our neighborhood, the next door neighbor has a pothole and she hit it.
Okay, I did hit that. You know why? Because there's branches on one side that I would get yelled at if they scraped down the side of the RV. And then there's a pothole on the other side of the road.
You can still go
Which
around the
does
pothole.
he prefer?
Go to the left side, but avoid the pothole.
You just drive all the time and you'll be happy with how the RV is driven.
I usually end up doing it anyway.
That is how.
You had a girls' night with our old
Oh,
babysitter
now he's just gonna cut
and
it
our
off.
news babysitter. Well, I'm just going through the thing here. I got a whole list. We got a lot to do. You had a girls' night with the old babysitter that
Yes.
pretty much
Lana.
helped raise Lana.
That Lana had, yeah.
We had Uncle Freddie. My uncle was Lana's first babysitter for big shows.
And then he got a job because for Lana, we only had a babysitter for the large shows that had illusions in it. So it wasn't like it was an everyday thing like it is for Willow, because Willow comes with us to every single show because there's no way to do twins in a small show. And I tried. It's not good. So, but with Lana, we could handle it. So we just needed somebody when we did illusions. So Uncle Freddie came with us at first, and then he was like, because he was retired, and he offered, and we were like, yeah, great. And we paid him. But then he was like, hey, you know what? I gotta get out of the house more. I gotta get a job. So then we couldn't.
He said his wife was driving him crazy. We weren't hiring him enough because we didn't have enough illusion shows
Yeah.
11 years ago.
Right. We weren't doing as many of those as we do now. But so he ended up getting a job, and we God just made it work out perfectly that at that time, Caitlin pretty much fell in our lap. And so Caitlin started coming with us to places like Massanutten or theater shows, anything that we
Do you
had
remember how
babysitter.
Caitlin fell into our lap?
Church.
We just mentioned to her parents at church we need a babysitter, and
they
they're like,
just
"Our
brought
kids,
her up.
both my girls, will do it, and
Yeah.
they'll take turn. You know what? You only
And
have
they
to pay
said,
one
"Here,
of them."
Look, here they are.
He said you only have to pay one of them, and both of them will show up. Remember that? He was trying to get rid of them, just get them to work.
So Caitlin came with us I'd say 95% of the time. Jessica came a few times.
Jessica came with us once.
No, she came with us a couple
But that
times.
one time.
That one time was not good.
At the
That one
resort.
time was bad. But we won't talk about that one time. But
Lana stayed up all night screaming, like she didn't sleep at all.
And I felt bad for Jessica.
I think we talked about it on another podcast episode before.
It was,
But Lana was literally up 24 hours. Natalie sat in the lobby with her screaming because
I wasn't screaming. Lana was screaming.
Jessica couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. Natalie couldn't sleep. Lana
She
couldn't
must
sleep.
have been coming down with something.
And I had kidney stones.
Yeah, you had kidney stones.
That's why you bit the bullet.
And
took her.
I think maybe she was coming down with something or something because we were in the middle of like potty training. So I took her little potty and we had the little potty down in the lobby with the iPad with a movie and just sat down there and watched movies on the iPad, and she would try and use the potty 2 bajillion times. And I don't think she actually had to go. I think maybe she was starting to come down with something. I don't know. But anyway, majority of the time Caitlin came with us and she came and watched Lana for us. So then once Lana was old enough where we didn't need anybody to come with us, and Caitlin went back to school and became a teacher and all that jazz. And we met her and her parents for dinner, and then got talking to Caitlin. She's bought a house of her own and wanted to show us. She's doing renovations on it, so she wanted to show us. So we went over there with her after dinner and just kind of decided, hey, you know what? I really want to have a girls' night. I want to go get nails done. I'm mani-pedi, about to dinner. You want to come? Let's do it. So the very next night we did that. It was me and Caitlin and Lana and Willow. We went and got mani-pedis, and it was nice. And then we went to dinner, and then we just kind of hung out, and we actually went to Walmart. I needed something from Walmart. I can't remember what I needed. I had to pick up something, and we just kind of perused Walmart for a little bit, extending things. And then we thought about staying longer and watching a movie, but I was like, we better go because we have a show the next morning that we got to get out for. So
over an hour drive home.
It was an hour drive home, and so I was like, but we've already decided that our next girls' night is going to be a night in, and we're going to watch movies and play games and have order in.
When is that?
Well, she doesn't get back. She's taking some trips and things. She doesn't get back till, I guess it's like this weekend. So July's coming up.
So this weekend, went to a magic auction for a magician who apparently I thought had a stroke and they were selling his magic. He was living in a nursing home because I got the message fifth hand. I got the message from a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend that invited me to an auction.
Yeah.
And what had happened was the guy, I think, is getting a divorce. His wife kicked him out of the house and he couldn't afford a storage unit for his magic. So he needed to sell all of his magic. And I think he's homeless at this point. So they did a magic auction, and I came home with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I got a ton of stuff. I did good.
I called you a heathen. So you're a heathen because me and the girls went to church. And the boys.
I was gonna say, what did I bought magic.
We went to church. I said, you're a heathen. You're not going to church with us. You're on a magic auction. It's for a good cause. It's okay.
The guy's homeless.
Yeah.
Every penny I spent helps him out.
He was helping him out. It's okay. I was just giving you a hard time.
But wives hate magic. I haven't. Majority of wives hate magic.
Thank you.
Every time we go see Matt King, he apologizes to Natalie. He doesn't understand that Natalie is in this deep. But I have another magic friend that just this week his wife laid down the law and told him he couldn't buy magic and other things happening. And I had an old girlfriend that said me or magic. Sorry, honey, gotta go. But I mean, it's just they don't see it. They don't see the big picture. And I've dealt with this my whole life of seeing other magicians not in a relationship like you and me. And the guy's doing anything just to stay with magic. And they're like, I don't do drugs. I don't drink. Would you rather me do that? I mean, this is a pretty innocent hobby.
Yeah.
But it's addictive. I mean, you get deep.
And it's not cheap.
Yeah, you can go down the rabbit hole.
It's not a cheap hobby to have.
But it's fun fooling the heck out of your friends. It really is. And then a new trick to keep yourself entertained and to come up with something new for your friends. I get it. I have a whole bunch of notes here. I'm trying to get through them real quick because we only have 10 minutes left. I can't tell you much about it. I don't even know why I wrote this down. But for me, for history's sake, this is episode 154. In episode 300, we might be able to say something else, but I don't know that we will.
Huh?
But we heard a story about a guy that we know, a magician that I know, that had a mob hit put out on him because he was hitting on somebody's daughter and putting videos on Instagram. And he said, he called his friend and said, what are you doing? He said, I'm going to go kill that magician. Why? I just saw your Instagram page. Oh, no, don't kill anybody. He didn't call the hit off. But it's like,
oh man.
Yeah, you don't think that really exists in the world until you hear that it does. And it
Nonchalantly, just in passing mentioning nonchalantly.
I called it off.
Yeah, it's not.
He was on his way to help his friend out, to kill the guy, to help his friend.
And I'm thinking, wait, what did he say? Did he say mom? Did he say mom friend? Did he say mom friend? Like, interesting.
Yeah, the world is crazy, man.
Yeah,
and we're in this little world, Magiclife. We have our kids dancing on stage.
We're all
we're
naive and innocent.
And they're like, I'm glad I didn't take a picture of some chick. Golly.
I think it was more than just a picture of some chick, honey. It was described differently than that.
Something, but he put it on his Instagram. So how risky could it have been?
Well, I don't think it was good. I don't think it was appropriate.
But let's talk about something appropriate. Okay. We have 9 minutes. Lana's Bible camp.
Yeah, Lana went to church camp this year. She went last year, and I didn't get to see her off or help her get ready or buy anything because I was in the hospital. Because last year church camp was in July. This year it was in mid-June. So she went a little over a week ago. And she had a good time. They went to a different one. She had friends that she knew that was going, obviously, these church people. Even though we don't go that often, she does know and have church friends. We go as often as we can. But
it's hard when you have shows, you don't get home till 3 a.m. on Saturday night. And then church is an hour and a half away and getting up early on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. You got to get up by 7:30 in order to get to church. And I know that doesn't seem early to some people, but when you've been going all week and getting up at 5 and 6, sometimes you just want to. But anyway, she went to church camp. It was Wednesday and then picked up on Saturday. And she said she had a really good time. And then my friend Crystal, she had 2 of her boys go.
She's been on the podcast.
Yeah. And so we had shows on Saturday, and the timing wouldn't work out. And she said they were about 15 minutes late, so we really wouldn't have been able to. I'm like, if they were exactly on time and we just pick her up and run, we could do it. I said, but if they're even a little bit late, we're not going to make it to our show. So Crystal picked her up and took her home with her and her boys. And then we met them for dinner afterwards and got the whole rundown about camp. She showed us all sorts of stuff. And go ahead, honey, take over.
Well, Minecraft, is that what you're saying? You hurting?
Yeah.
Minecraft, tonight at dinner, she said, Dad, I know you don't like Minecraft, right? I said, honey, it looks like it's just pixelated squares to me. It doesn't look fun. It looks like she's pickaxing rocks and collecting rocks, and it just looks dumb. It's pixelated. And she said something about the Bible tells you not to look from the out.
God doesn't judge people by what is on the outside. He judges by what's on the inside in their hearts.
So you shouldn't judge the game if you've never played it. You should play it.
Judge the game by what it looks like, Dad.
She was trying to get me to play a game with it.
I said, honey, that's really great that you learned something at church camp and that you're trying to implement it, but it doesn't work.
She was trying. She was trying. All right, you're in pain. I see it. But I also see your wispies. You want to tell everybody about your hair growing back?
Oh yeah, I think my hair is growing back. You see that? You see that? Look at that. It's annoying, but I'm happy. This thickness of my hair is about the third to a quarter of how thick my hair used to be, and it thinned down. I mean, I was having chunks fall out after I got out of the hospital after being put under 4 times and all the stress. So now I have all this hanging downy extra stuff that just won't stay in a ponytail. It won't stay in a braid, but I think it's my hair coming back.
Yeah, you lost so much hair, so much.
Hair. I did.
And
thank God I had really thick hair, so I had the hair to lose.
We talked to a family member that said they had some major health thing and they went bald. They had bald spots after the health thing.
Yeah. But I even have like up here is too very much. I always have baby hairs, but this seems like a ridiculous amount of baby hairs.
Yeah. But, well, good. You're getting your hair back.
I hope so. I hope it gets just as thick as it used to be.
I think I'm out of luck.
Yeah. Yours just thinned out way too much, honey.
But anyway, I feel like we were all over the place, but
we were a little bit, but that's okay. We had a lot to catch you up on. I think we did.
So anyway, Natalie made it through the podcast. Yep. We all made it through. Guys, 154 episodes. Today's episode is season 3, episode 50.
Oh, we only have 2 more episodes in this season. Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
It's gone by. But now you can see this and much more on Red Coral. It's coming soon, so check it out.
Woo-hoo.
Sorry, another commercial.
That's okay.
But anything else you got to say? You're not feeling good. All right, so we're gonna wrap things up a little early today.
Okay, sorry.
That's it. 1, 2, 3. See you next week.
Check us out online at wesiseli.com and patreon.com/Wes_Iseli for behind-the-scenes videos, blooper videos, never-before-seen footage, discounts on merchandise, magic trick tutorials, and more. That's Wes Iseli, spelled WESISELI.